Well, greetings, everyone. My name is Father Peter Fink, and I am a retreat director at Ignatius House. And we're going to talk today about Christmas, and a Merry Christmas to all of you. You know, it's always a wonder how we Christians set up and gather around the Christmas crib each year. It's more than just an annual pageant. It carries with us our own unique memories. You know, this is how we did it, we can each say. And each story of the Christmas crib would be different because it tells a different piece of our own family history. I remember a full village under our Christmas tree with skating rink and lots of houses and a church with lights in them, sleigh riders coming down a small hill, some trains, and up yet another hill the stable with Mary and Joseph and Jesus, and as many visitors as would fit up there. My father made a fence around the village, a replica of the fence around the Bronx Botanical Gardens, a fence which was immediately disturbed when a young child, me, fell into it. Well, what was it like for you? What memories do you have? And do you ever wonder why we do this? I heard a great story of a woman who was busy sewing, and the basket near her was filled with scraps of material that she had thrown away. And then she noticed her daughter, aged 3, taking the scraps and fixing them on top of a pole with great sticky wads of tape. And the mother asked, "What were you doing?" And the girl said, "I'm making a banner for the procession. I need a procession so that God will come down and dance with me." With that, she solemnly lifted up her banner, fluttered to the wind, and slowly she got up to dance. That young child proclaimed a homily that day. She took her mother back to the innocence of her childhood. Before the mother lost her innocence, before she lost her feel for the imagination, her sense of freshness, her comfort with the sacred. Afterward, the mother said, "I learned all over how strong and real is the sense of wonder, the sense of wonder that children have, how innate and how easy their way with the sacred." Well, I guess that's one of many answers why we gather around the crib. To be brought back even for a moment into the world of a child. To be brought back by a child and all that surrounds him. You know, imagination remains part of our Christian life, though we tend to become skeptical of it. Freshness is part of our Christian life, though we tend to grow resistant to change. A comfort with the sacred is what our faith calls us to, though we tend to get restless with the silence or with the indifference that God kind of can show to us sometimes. We need a place to remember. We need to dance again with our God. So, we gather around the crib year after year because we expect it to touch our faith, our hope, and our love, and to make us comfortable again with our God. If we allow God who lies within the crib to touch our hearts, through all the images that the crib presents, this God will reshape our hearts even more into God's own love. There are images of faith in this nativity scene. There's Mary and Joseph and Jesus, of course, the shepherds, the angels, maybe even a mule or a cow. Pick one. And let it invite you to ponder what God is, who you are, and how your own life can be shaped by God's gracious love. See the love of Mary, the courage of Joseph, the weakness of Jesus, the wonder of the shepherds, the song of the angels, the determination of the mule. There are images of hope in this nativity scene. See Jesus, for example, the Prince of Peace, shouting to his homeland, and perhaps even now, stop. Stop fighting. Learn to live in peace, the peace I want to give to you. See Mary, the one who loves more fully than any other, saying, don't harm each other. Take care of each other. And finally, there are images of love. All these people who gather around the child with gifts and admiration and song and wonder all say yes to the God who is among us. Yes to Emmanuel. So, as we gather around the crib this year, let's let our faith grow even more. As we listen to the crib, let's deepen our hope. And as we find welcome around the crib, let our own love grow. Know again that it is finally love that is the gift of the crib. Then, now, always. I once wrote a simple poem about the crib. I called it Surprise, for it tells the surprise of God's incarnation. Here's how it goes. And every once in a while, at times when you least expect it, in ways you could not predict, someone reaches out to say, I love you. Or you reach out to someone else and say, I love you. And the Word becomes flesh once again, and God makes his dwelling place once more upon the earth. So let the crib teach you love. Let the crib share its wonder. Let the crib remind you that you belong to God, because now God belongs to you. Merry Christmas again. Happy New Year. Blessings always.